As the party prepares for combat, Murden is the first to act.
The name is Murden Marks. Remember it. And I'm going to cast Magic Missile at level 1.
All right.
At the gentleman on the platform.
Thump, thump, thump.
Yeah.
Remember my name as I erase you from history.
That's going to be for 10 points of damage.
He just lets out a guttural shout.
That's right.
And all 3 impacts hit its chest and knock it back a step. That brings us. Do you want to move? Anything like that?
Are there people right in front of us, or?
They're all kind of in the areas to the side, and they're
step
backing
up to
away.
the ledge there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoop. Sign.
I'm going to. Are the people around kind of like alerted that something's going on and like freaking out, or are they kind
They're
of?
starting to. Like, we're now 6 seconds into this, where this figure who stepped in the room has shot these magical lights at the bearded devil on the platform, and they're all starting to kind of pile over each other in their efforts to get away from you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like go with the like hustle and bustle.
Okay.
Like, make my way into a corner where it's kind of away from everyone, but I can still see.
Yeah, like right there.
But I'm hidden.
Yeah, underneath the shadow cast by that lamp, we'll say. Cool. Stick there. Readying any action or just
no, I'm not gonna ready.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Okay, you're cool. That takes us to Waldo.
I'm gonna say, hey Marks, stay cool. And that's my way of giving you bardic inspiration. So you can take that as a little D6. And I want to. I guess there's no way onto the platform, right? I guess it's suspended over this chasm.
Right.
I'd like to move up to the point where it's basically on the ledge.
Like going down these stairs.
Going down the stairs. If I can make it that far, standing in front of the chasm, and I'll draw my rapier and kind of do like the musketeer salute thing and point it at the bearded guy and say, "Time for a shave." And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. There's a lot of almost things happening. The bearded figure gets to the edge of the platform, but doesn't have a clear way across, and he starts shouting in this guttural speech to the figures who are all starting to panic, the humanoids around the area. And you can see that the crowd is comprised of humans and elves, there's dwarves, it's a very diverse crowd. And he's shouting, and there is some comprehension there, but they're not convinced by whatever he's saying. And the direction he's looking, when you all kind of look over there, you can see that there's a board laid on the ground. And it looks like that's how people generally get on the platform. But he spends his turn trying to cajole them into extending it, and there doesn't appear to be a response right now from them. Clover.
I'm going to run up as far as I can.
Down right in there.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then I'm a huck a jab at this home.
Oh,
All right, roll that attack.
Jazz.
It's wide, poor soul behind him.
Oh no, was it a 1?
No, it was like a 8 or 9.
Yeah, it goes sailing past and embeds in the far wall and just sticks there.
We'll get him next time. Prepare yourselves, friends.
Stick to the point, Clover.
Murden, please.
I will step forward, and can I just gonna jump off this and get shoulder to shoulder with him?
Yep.
And,
we'll line up.
Yep, and say, yes, prepared? Indeed. And I will go ahead and cast another magic missile. You know what? I'm going to cast Mirror Image instead. And that's going to be my turn.
There's a legion of Murdens around.
Indeed, there is.
Okay, cool. I dig it. That takes us to Sign.
I am going to drink my potion of fire breath that I got from. What's her name?
Matilda.
Matilda. Yeah. So it lasts for an hour, and it goes away after I blow 3 fire breaths. But
Takes us to our next. Waldo.
I'm gonna put my hand on Clover and say, Clover, you stay fresh too.
Well, thank you.
And I'm also gonna give you bardic inspiration. And then I'm gonna kind of like look over at the guy on the platform and I'll be like, And that's my way of casting Dissonant Whispers on him, in which you will have to roll a Wisdom save against a DC 14.
Alright.
Take it easy on him, man.
Yeah.
No, he does not make the save.
Ooh, I get to roll a lot of D6. Can I borrow 2 D6?
I only have one.
Thanks.
I'm a combat character, man.
I swing heavy.
Oh, damn! Okay, I rolled 15 psychic damage, and you must immediately use your reaction to move as far as your speed will allow away from me.
Ooh.
But you don't go into obviously dangerous ground.
So he hears that, he's afflicted by those sounds, and he turns tail and just runs to the edge of this platform. For his turn, he is going to try and make a leap. So he's going to use his movement to back up and then get a running start to try and jump.
Oh, you cock.
I love this guy.
Now he's going to make a dex save. Okay, so he goes to run and jump. He sails about halfway before the momentum stops to carry him, and he's barely able to grab onto the ledge. Clover.
Javelin!
No, finger stomp. Okay, sorry.
I'm not that fast, dog.
That's pretty far.
That's a distance right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to chuck a javelin.
Okay.
See if I can, knock his ass up. Same thing.
You embed it in the wall next to him, and he grabs it as an extra stabilization point
shit.
as he's hanging on this wall. You want to move?
Yeah, I'm gonna run my distance to close the gap.
I think probably about there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pull out my sword.
Oh yeah. All right, Merton.
I will move, to Clover's rear about as far as I can.
I bet you
Actually,
will.
I probably was a little in front of him, wasn't I? So I maybe. Oh,
Are you bringing all of your copies with you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's just a squadron of Mertons.
Yeah. Well, single file, I suppose.
Madeline.
Would I have a line of sight to try to take a shot at him, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's a wide enough walkway you could go around Clover. Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I am going to. I'll cast. Damn it. I'll cast.
Confidence inspiring.
Yeah. I'll do another magic missile.
Okay.
1, 4. That's gonna be 8 points of damage.
The bearded devil is now bloodied.
All right.
Idiot.
Where's the blood coming from?
It appears that he's taken a lot of wounds on the side, but there's also a little trickle coming out one nostril. Like someone did some mental damage and it is physically manifesting.
Yours.
Sign.
Okay, so I know I'm very far away, but I would like to get 30 feet away from this bad guy, and I'm thinking I might do some flips to get there. I was thinking maybe there's like some kind of ceiling right
Oh,
here.
yeah, definitely.
So I could Indiana Jones or like, some kind of swing over and like a flip in
So
the
a
air.
chandelier should
and
go right
land.
across.
Yep. I mean, let's see that
an
fucking
acrobatics check.
Yeah, let's see that acrobatics as you throw the rope and swing Tarzan-esque across this pit.
It's a 16.
Yeah, you throw the rope, it catches around one of the rafters that are low hanging, the roof is much higher up, and you swing, and you're probably able to get to about there with the momentum of the rope carrying you through.
Now I want to be like, guys, get out of the way, and tell
I'm gonna look at Clover and be like, what?
and like have a very serious face, and then I want to blow fire at him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify, I want to know if Sign is saying this as a cursory thing so she can later say that she had said something, or...
Can I lean to... They're like...
If you
right
lean,
in
you'll do
front
the
of me.
attack with disadvantage. Like, I'll say you could try and get off the side of the platform and shoot it forward, but you gotta roll with disadvantage then.
Well, the DC.
Or he rolls with advantage
It's
against your
fire
DC.
breath from your
Yeah,
mouth?
because she drank the potion.
Damn it, I really want to use this potion. I'm gonna do it.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna...
So what's the DC saving throw for him?
13.
13. He's gonna roll with advantage because you're peeking. Oh yeah, yeah. He does make that save with a 20.
13.
All right.
So,
7.
and
No, down, isn't it? 6. Yeah, you're able to at least get a little bit of singe. It doesn't appear to do as much damage as you would expect. It's almost as if he's well versed in being exposed to fire.
yeah.
That takes us to Waldo's turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna refresh this.
I'm going to bestow on him a vicious mockery.
Okay.
The worst kind.
So what I'm gonna say to him is, and I can see he's kind of dangling from the ledge over there.
Yeah.
I kind of want to walk like over here to this little fence
Oh yeah.
and kind of like put my hands up on the fence like this and like lean over it
Cheering.
and just be like, the beard is trash. It's overcompensational. It's out of style, tacky. It quite frankly makes you look. You're hiding a terrible face behind that beard with an even worse beard. And you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
You're
All right.
supposed to be helping me.
No.
Okay. Then take 1 point of psychic damage
I will.
and have disadvantage on your next turn.
So he is going to have his movement trying to pull himself up onto that ledge. Gets to about there. He is going to run forward into the figure closest to him with the last bit of his remaining movement. He's going to swing twice with disadvantage on the first attack with his beard at you, Clover.
You can try.
Boom. And 17 to hit with the beard.
Misses.
All right, and then his second attack is straight forward with the glaive. As the beard glances off of your armor, he brings the glaive down heavily and does not connect. He buries it in the wall next to your head, and you're able to easily duck underneath it.
Hello.
Shove.
Merton, stay behind me. Don't get hurt. And then I'm gonna take the flat of my sword and try to knock his ass to the right into the water.
All right, roll the attack.
Is it water or a void? I'm sorry.
There's water that goes down into darkness, so you can't see a bottom.
15.
15. That hits. Roll the damage.
Let's go.
Get him, Clover.
I will. That is 7 damage.
As the flat of the blade just hits the side of his head, and you can see the vibrations impact. He's knocked back down off the edge, and just one hand gripping again, kind of resounding with the ring from the flat of your blade, and he's in really bad shape. So do you want to move? Or do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand right over him.
Okay. Merton.
I'm gonna look at him and just. He's hanging on by one hand, you said, or two?
He dropped his glaive and put the other hand up.
Yeah, can I cast Clover if I want to go this direction?
Yeah, there's enough space.
Okay.
You could wiggle past.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like, well, yeah, he's pretty much as good as dead, it looks like. And I'm gonna keep kind of passing, and then I'll turn around and cast Mage Hand,
Okay.
and just kind of have it right on his face, and kind of maybe like be pushing his eyes a little bit, and just kind of fucking with him.
You're able to blind him. He doesn't take any damage, but he's just roaring now blindly and trying to kind of swipe upwards, but can't even see where he's
I
flailing.
really just wanted to irritate him.
You've achieved your goal. Sign.
I want to do a cool flip in the air, or like one of those kicks where it's like my leg goes super up. I'm not flipping, but I'm like doing a spin. Like sort of
Bicycle
thing.
kick? Or?
Yeah, and then like bam, like kick him.
You start your bicycle kick, but before you even landed, his charred corpse is already falling backwards, unmoving off the wall. It lands with a splash in the water below, and after a moment, sinks below the surface. And
Hope
out
you
of
brought a
sight.
soothing aftershave.
At this point, all of the crowd that was kind of arrayed around this amphitheater is slowly kind of been making their way upwards and out of the room altogether.
They didn't like my
I'm gonna be
one-liner?
like, are you not entertained?
And there's a couple like grabbing bread that's been left behind, but they are all getting to an exit.
Well, I feel like we made our presence felt, and we should get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
they didn't like him at all. No one even jumped in.
I know, I really thought that they were gonna,
We should maybe
rally
go.
behind us.
I'm gonna look towards the drainage area and be like, I think the way we came in is not the way to go.
Well, let's try, this door. I'm gonna mob around to the staircase.
Okay.
Let's go.
And then you make your way all the way up.
See.
I'll
So
follow.
Yeah, absolutely.
everyone else follows. It takes a couple seconds to get there. And when you're right about here is when you hear the first explosion. And it is loud enough that it rocks the chamber you're in. And you can feel this shaking of the earth. You can see the small spirals of dust coming out of the cracks in the ceiling, out of the darkness, and it appears to be coming from the direction that you entered this room from.
Let's keep moving faster.
I totally agree.
So you're continuing this way?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, the further you go, the less well-constructed things appear. So you're proceeding in this very regular path with this kind of waterway in the middle, slowly becomes more irregular, and then there's a point where there's a number of different tributaries that kind of lead into this central waterway, and at that point the cave itself becomes extremely irregular. And it also is glowing in certain patches. Like, this is not the cave that you've kind of pictured before of coal mining. It's all dark. There's like actual areas of bioluminescence, it looks like. So it takes, you're probably about 60 yards or so deep when you get to this area. The explosions still happening behind you, still very loud, shaking the area. But you enter this area and you can see all of these glowing materials, minerals of different kinds, all foreign to you. This isn't something that's really ever come up for any of you before, is mining for something like this. So this is where you enter. It looks like there's a couple different routes and it proceeds forward.
What is this place?
This is beautiful. I'm gonna, while we rush by, I want to kind of sample some of this glowing stuff.
So do I, actually.
Okay.
Eat it?
No, I'm gonna keep it,
Okay.
It looks really pretty.
Take some.
It
Yeah.
brings out my eyes.
What color? There's a number of different, there's violets, purple?
Purple.
Okay. Grab some of that purple stuff.
Yes, sir.
Sign, what color are you going for?
Can I do both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're grabbing a little bit. When you get to those areas where it's glowing the brightest, you can see it looks like this is something that's usually mined with a pickaxe, so there's shards of it kind of scattered, and you're able to find a couple of pieces of a pretty good size that you can pocket. And you just throwing them in the bags?
Yeah, tossing them in the packets.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
And you two, anything?
I would like to maybe do an arcane check.
Okay.
Arcana. Just kind of look around and see if I see any. I mean, is this magic?
Totally.
What has caused this? I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
That was not very good.
Subpar, fair enough.
That's much better. 11?
With the 11, as you're kind of looking at these different objects and comparing them to each other, it's very hard to get a fix on it, and you're used to being able to identify like a particular school of magic or at least some defining characteristics. You know incontrovertibly that these are arcane in nature, like they pulsate with a magical energy, but they have no defining characteristics. It doesn't feel like any specific school of magic. There's just a deep energy to it.
I'm just gonna tap it with the end of my staff, with that crystal on the end of my staff, and be like,
Couple of sparks.
All right, shall we keep moving?
Are there any red glowing stones?
There are some more muted stones that are kind of along that hue, that are, a deeper crimson. They don't glow as brightly.
Yeah, I'll take some of this.
Okay, chipping some off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna ask him to chip a little for me. I'm like, oh, I like that color. Matches my robe.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll chip you some, yeah.
Thank you. That's very kind of you, Walden. He's really lightened up.
Much more agreeable.
Yes.
So then, are we proceeding forward?
Indeed.
Yes, we are.
This kind of structure of the cave continues for a pretty good while. Like, this is clearly where the bulk of the work was going, and it has that same kind of meandering quality that you saw above ground as you were descending into the quarry, where branches seem to go off and then abruptly end. There's very clearly one main path though, and as you follow it forward, it's probably about 15 minutes or so before you come into a very unexpected clearing. It's a wide open space, and you know that you're still underground because off in the distance, several hundred feet up, you can see the dome of this cave, but the area in front of you looks like it could be a lush, fertile valley. In the distance, far off, you can see a campfire burning, and there's three silhouetted figures all sitting around that campfire. It looks like they're all in the act of preparing, and as you start getting to the edge of this area, you see a couple more from the far distance start to move forward as well.
Fires?
Figures.
Oh.
You could see that there were a couple of figures sitting on this far end that are in the midst of repairing, and several more are running in. Of the bearded gentlemen, you now see that there are 5 of them total, 1 each coming in from the direction, 2 that were standing there, and then there's 1 much larger figure. It's got wings that are probably about 12 feet wide, fully expanded. He stands about 8 feet tall, this mottled color skin, and a huge trident in one hand. And he appears to be issuing orders of some kind, barking to these creatures. And after just a moment of that discussion, they all start to scatter in different directions.
Ooh, I'm gonna try to hide my ass.
Yeah, same.
Yeah? Okay, so everyone make a stealth check here.
Haha.
Haha, indeed.
Ooh, 10.
Yeah, look at passive perception.
14.
Damn.
14?
18.
18?
12.
Well, okay, so 10 was our low end.
That's, an opinion.
It's
Sorry.
science, Clover.
If only you were inspired.
Oh, no, hey! 12.
That's my number.
So it wasn't me.
But she caught me in the shower.
I was going to say, just like Shaggy said.
You gonna be the bard now?
No,
Switching? What's
sorry guys. Wrong day. They don't appear to notice. They make no moves towards you, and the groups all appear to kind of move off in separate directions. 2 of the bearded devils in this direction, 2 of the bearded devils in this direction, 1 of the bearded devils in this direction, and after a moment, the winged figure follows this one out.
Dear Lord.
There's no one left at the camp.
Nope.
I'm gonna sit down and just kind of tell them I need a moment, and I'm gonna cast comprehend languages ritually.
Okay. Just so we can keep track of where people went.
So, whether or not I get through it is one thing.
Well, I'm just gonna stay hidden in the bush
Yeah.
until you're done with whatever you're doing.
Okay.
I kind of want to approach the camp and see if I can search things.
I'm gonna do this.
What are those tents?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go into the tent that I'm standing closest to and rummage around.
Yeah, roll an investigation.
Okay.
12.
12.
It's a 6.
You don't find a ton. There don't appear to be any personal effects of any kind. A couple of charred pieces of parchment, but nothing much more than that. However, the tent that you push through has a map that is very similar to ones that you found in the Duke of Custer's Keep that show a topographical breakdown of an area. And as you're kind of looking at it, it looks like the kind of clearing that you find yourself in. And there's the map is labeled, the 3 directions where the different creatures split off into have 3 unfamiliar marks distinguishing them.
I want to creep up behind, or just creep up to the campsite as well, and I'll check out this tent.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
I'll kind of keep back a little, just a wee little bit.
I'm gonna go over to Clover. You found a paper?
I found this paper. It looks like a map.
Go ahead and roll mine.
Good job.
Nothing.
Oh, we're still allowed to search?
Well, he hadn't yet.
Oh, okay.
Did you want to go up to one
To
tent?
search, yes. Yes. Oh, Merton here.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Anything left for me?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Nothing left for Merton. Nothing at all.
The dice
Wasn't a
don't
crit roll,
lie.
but yeah.
So you're still doing your comprehend languages.
I would like to.
Yeah.
After I search a little, I kind of pull back to where I am now. And
Cool. Anything of value. And you see the same thing he saw, that there's a diagram of the area you find yourself in with 3 distinct trails leading out from it from the very clear entrance that you came through. The one to the right in that direction is labeled with a symbol that can be interpreted as treasure or artifact. The symbol on the direction of that pathway says slave or servant, indentured, and then the direction over here is marked with a symbol that is known as portal or transportational in some way.
And only he reads that with his spell?
Correct.
Can you make anything of it?
hand it over.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yes, it seems there is 3 distinct paths, as you can see. We have what appears to be artifacts, slaves, etc. you know, like that guy we killed. And then
Boy!
Yeah, the boy. And then
we killed.
Yeah, we're on an adventure, Clover. When you kill someone, we all kill them. It's culpability, I think.
Guilt by association.
Yes. And then to that northern direction is some sort of portal or transportation. It's hard for me to truly understand the meaning, but...
Indeed, well, where do you think we could gather the most information? I think that if we can free these slaves, we should. But,
To me, there's two options here. Artifact or slaves.
I mean, artifact sounds so appealing.
It does sound very appealing.
It has the word art within it. And what nobler pursuit is there?
We've already seen
Very
slaves.
true.
It's true.
And we saw that portal.
But let us remember, we should try to free the slaves too.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put that
But
one. Yes.
I do love
Artifact
art.
one, slaves two.
We're close to.
Well,
Very
sure.
close.
For you, we'll say yes.
Right on the end there, but still.
How is everyone feeling? I think if we take a moment, I know some of us, you got your hands chewed up pretty much. You haven't slept for days. Maybe a short rest, if we could try.
I'm fine. I'm feeling real strong.
All right.
I'm feeling okay, but you should take a rest.
No.
So should you.
Oh, I'm fine.
I can't
Well,
tell
then.
if you're just normal gross or like if it's from the combat, but I think y'all should take rest.
Did anything on that map mention anything about doors?
Yes, it says if you take a rest, short rest, you potentially could open a door.
Like a fox.
Well, actually, this is a box. And I open my... and inside one of the little pouches, yeah, just the head of Max.
Lovely.
Touche, Marks. I'll take my rest. But what I'm really going to do is just lay on the ground on my back with my eyes open facing the sky for as long as everybody else rests.
Okay.
So I think we should, let's go ahead and move into, let's away from camp and maybe try to... A boar?
Just that too.
I have a
Aaron
question.
Max.
I have a lesser potion, a lesser poison. Would it damage him or would it put him to sleep if I were to,
Microdose.
yeah, like a very little bit? It also could
Like a
reduce
diamond
reaction against
Robitussin?
him.
It's not one of those kind of poison potions where a small amount is just enough to put you out for the night, unfortunately.
Is it poison PM or...
It's just poison with Z's at
Like
the
a little
end.
bit.
I want my
Why is it so
sleepy
little?
time poison, please.
Don't mix those bottles
Whatever, okay,
up.
fine.
Okay.
I appreciate it, but not this time.
So, certainly I would like to maybe move away from the light
Okay.
of the campfire and, yeah, sit
Into
down.
the tree
Begin
line
to
and-
meditate for
okay.
that hour. Yeah.
How long?
An hour or
Okay.
something like.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, while he's meditating, if it's an hour, I'm gonna go blow my fire breath just like to myself a little bit. Maybe like
Just
set
kinda
a
setting
little
off some-
fire
okay.
over in the corner, though, like away from where.
Fair enough.
Lord, she's been gassy lately. Has anyone else noticed?
I'm just going to kind of, from my meditation, one eye open and just kind of smirk. That's it.
Real quick, I used my last hit dice here because I haven't taken a long rest in a while to restore all my health.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll one hit dice.
At the end of this rest, you've said it was an hour long. There is a massive explosion. It is even more clear than the one you heard in the prior room, and it's coming from somewhere on the far side of the camp. You expect it's somewhere in this vicinity off in the distance, and it is enough to shake the trees around you. And again, dust comes from the ceiling.
Without sitting up or looking around, still looking up, I'm just going to say, sign!
And I'm still blowing fire, and I'm just gonna, and then go back to what I'm
You
doing.
blowing it into your hands? Is that what you're doing?
Well, I'm like just messing around
Yeah.
with it, seeing what it does.
Smoke rings and things. Yeah.
Point.
Whatever we're doing, I think we should do it pretty quick.
Yes,
here now.
that is very wise, Clover. I always said you were the smartest of the party.
Oh, thank you.
Sounds like that came from where the slaves are, but I really still think we should go to
Yeah,
the
still artifacts, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the sexiest. Yeah, to the artifact.
Like there is a long ass corridor before, 15 minutes before you finally cross the threshold into another massive cavern. Much higher room, much higher ceiling than the corridor you've just walked past. These big vaulted columns interspersed across the floor. But as you look around, you can't even see the far walls. It just disappears into the distance, even with the dark vision that you have. Sign, you alone notice a warmth coming from your plain bag that you carry with you.
I'm gonna inspect it and see where that warmth is coming from.
The green bar that you had picked up in the Duke of Caster's Keep in one of the vaulted rooms appears to be glowing in and out of intensity, but much more rapidly than you've ever seen it before, and it's giving off a warmth.
I'm gonna make sure I have my gloves on, and I'm gonna hold it up and start walking, like kind of with it as a detector to see like where it's glowing more.
Yeah, you proceed forward into this darkness. You get to a point where it seems like there is almost an archway of total darkness. Like even after you approach with this glowing bar, the closer you get, it doesn't appear to shed any light beyond this archway.
I'm gonna put it back in my bag. Do they follow me or see me?
Yeah, I'm definitely watching.
Okay.
Okay. So I can't see into this darkness, but I'm gonna look at Murden and can you see in here?
Doesn't appear. You can only see the actual threshold, and the darkness beyond doesn't yield.
This is more magic, obscuring our way forward.
I'll walk up to the very edge of the black spot darkness and just stick my arm through wordlessly.
Passes through. No pain, nothing. You're able to retract it without issue.
Then I'm gonna step inside.
All right. And you have the glowing rod right now.
Mm-hmm. It's in my bag.
You step through and are immediately repulsed.
How dare you?
It's almost like you step into something elastic, and you can resist and push forward for a moment, but eventually the resistance builds up and just pushes you right back.
Has she already passed
hold on
there?
to my
She has
bag.
not tried yet.
I'm gonna hold on to the thing in my bag, but I'm gonna keep my hand in my bag, and I'm gonna like close my eyes and like try to stick my hand through and see if it goes.
Passes through.
I'm gonna keep going.
I'm gonna say, sign, hold on.
You're going through?
I'm gonna stick one foot in and then one foot out and look.
Do the hokey pokey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Make a dex save.
slowly.
Me?
Yep.
Stop. There's pressure. It's making me. That is an 11.
You fall. You are plunging through total darkness. What you all see is Sign step through with one foot, one hand behind her, and then that hand sucks into the darkness, and there's nothing coming from beyond.
Sign, just step on back. We'll take your hands and we'll join hands together and we'll go through.
What he said.
No response. Sign, you are falling in a blacky ink abyss.
I'm
You get the sensation of velocity.
Like, I don't want it to go away. I'm crying and like shoving gems into my boots.
It's a couple coins falling out of pockets that you're
My
snatching.
poison's like, I'm freaking out.
At that same time, she has stepped through and disappeared from your vision. Around you, lights are slowly starting to catch in the braziers around this room. The columns are starting to actually catch fire with some internal light. And as that spreads out, it takes a moment, but probably the 10th or 11th ring out there, you see illuminate and cast shadows on the two bearded devils that had walked in here. You also see that where this black portal had kind of stood is in what had looked like just clear air. There didn't appear to be anything behind it, nothing. As soon as Sinus stepped through, this blackness solidifies, and what wavers into sight appears to have been hidden by some magic, but it is a large stone wall that appears to encompass something. The devils notice that these lights have suddenly been illuminating in the room around, turn to you, and one of them fires another red flare up into the ceiling.
Son of a bitch.
Well, let's do what we do best. Everyone get behind me. I'm gonna run at him.
Waldo, you're going to be starting us off.
I'm going to use my action to investigate this enclosure that has just appeared. So yeah, I want to look at it. I'm frantically trying to find sign, but I'm investigating the entire thing.
There's somebody
That's a
in.
nat 20.
Oh, all right. As you're looking around, the structure is relatively unmarked. There is one name that you can see inscribed on the keystone above the doorway through which sign had kind of disappeared. And it's a name, Raymond Everett Donavinci, and it's very well worn, almost impossible to pick up, but you can just catch the shadow of it.
I'm just gonna throw my head up and yell, Raymond!
It echoes.
Yeah. That's the end of my turn.
Boom. Sign. You are in inky blackness falling when suddenly that sensation of momentum ceases. And you can feel your legs kind of settle on terra firma of some kind. It's still totally dark around you, but there's a fixture in front of you can just make out by this glowing green outline that kind of surrounds the surface. It is pulsing in time with the green bullion that you had picked up previously.
I'm gonna fix myself up and like put all my things back and then reapply lipstick and then like take a 5 second and then I'm gonna reach in and grab it and hold it up to the rock. Does it react or to the other
As
thing?
soon as you get it close, it is sucked out of your hand and settles into the groove on this console. Suddenly some light starts to reflect in, and you can see it looks as if you're surrounded by this stone wall.
The glowing wall? Or
It just looks like stonework from where you are right now.
how far is it on each side?
About 5 feet in front of your face.
And above me, just black?
It's the stone above you as well.
I'm gonna grab my dagger, try to like stab the wall, try kicking,
When you reach back and swing forward, what enters your field of view isn't your arm with a dagger on the end of it. There is a massive sword, like a huge sword that comes crashing through the wall in front of you. And what the rest of the group sees striding out of this large structure appears to be a massive metal construction that bursts out of the stone enclosure with a massive greatsword in its hand. It comprised entirely of overlapping steel plates that move under some mechanical energy, and you can see this green glow coming from the vents around the chest and arm pieces. Sign, you are officially Mecha Sign for right now. And while you are in that structure, those will be your stats. You also see beyond like this perspective and the sword you see come crashing through the stone wall. At the lower left-hand side of this view is some kind. It's like a representation of that green bar that you saw. Would you like to take a step forward?
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. As you do, you see this massive metal foot plant itself on the far side of this wall and start stepping out of the rubble that was just created.
Do I see them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
right
appear.
under you.
They appear absolutely tiny. Like you are looking down and can see over the tops of all of their heads easily.
I'm gonna wave at them.
You guys see a massive metal construction shaking its hand vigorously in your direction.
What the fuck?
And then I'm gonna squat down and like look at them like if we were making a
It gets down onto your level, and this foreign metallic structure is just staring at each of you.
Oh, good. What the fuck is happening here?
Well, I guess I'm just
never
gonna start walking forward towards them.
Cool. You have 30 feet of movement. You get to the end of it, and as you're in the meta sense, as your turn ends, you see that green bar in the bottom left-hand side of your vision appears to recede slightly. That takes us to
You charged overnight.
the Bearded Devils. The first one is going to take his turn to start closing the distance.
They're going for it?
They both are taking their turn to run forward. They've already launched their flare, and that takes us to Clover's turn.
I'm gonna run towards them as fast as I can.
You can come level with this.
I'm a dash.
Boom.
Pull out my
To
sword.
race the robot?
I can
Get
beat that.
behind me!
All right. That takes us to Murden.
I will, I'll go ahead and just kind of proceed, maximum movement, kind of step towards the robot, and I'll be like, are you friend or foe?
You can hear that, son.
I'm gonna give him a thumbs up. Can I speak as a robot? I didn't even. Okay, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Madam, what's up?"
Oh.
Sign voice is echoing extremely loud from this
But it
structure.
does sound like her voice.
Yeah, it is sign. It's just amplified.
Okay, well that's odd.
Do I notice that?
Yes.
Oh.
It is hard not to notice the giant talking robot.
Yeah.
Can I make the robot wink?
One eye seems to dim briefly and then come back.
We could say speaking was my action, but I'm going to try to take a firebolt at one of these guys.
Yeah, you moved. Speaking is free action, by all means.
That's going to be a 19 to hit. Either one of them.
That hits.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll say that that's number 2. That's the one you're closer to.
7 points of damage.
7 points of fire damage?
Indeed.
All right.
I'm curious, and I'm watching with a close eye to see if it impacted them or affected them.
Not as badly as you would hope.
Okay.
It does appear like the effect is reduced in some capacity. That brings us to the top of the order. Waldo, before you take your turn, you can hear in the distance the sounds of other creatures approaching.
From what direction?
From back the long hallway that you came through.
Behind?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, what a beautiful bot! And that's my way of giving the robot bardic inspiration. And I'll turn towards the other voices and draw my rapier. I don't see any targets though.
Not yet. They're just... It sounds like from their voices they're just beyond the edge of your dark vision.
I can't see you, but I can smell you. How stinky! That's my way of trying to cast Vicious Mockery at whoever can hear me.
What's the range on Vicious Mockery?
It's 120.
Not quite. The echo reverberates off, but is not finding its mark just yet.
Well, actually, I'd like to still move.
Okay, yeah.
I'll move towards the robot if I can make it up to
Right about there.
Signbot.
Boom. All right.
Signborg.
I use my turn to pick Waldo up and put him on my shoulder.
T-shirt.
Yes, you can Iron Giant Waldo
Yeah,
if you'd
I
like.
put him on my shoulder, the shoulder that's not carrying the sword.
Okay.
And then I want to use my movement to approach the beardies.
Hold on, Waldo.
And then I want to slam my sword into the ground, like kind of getting both of them.
Nice try. You can only attack one at a time with your sword. I respect the
I
effort.
have 2 attacks.
I want to
Okay,
kill
so
both of them, actually.
But I wanna.
That's an 18 to hit,
That hits.
and it's...
You're aiming at the one closest to you right there.
Okay, and it's
Oh, I'm
3d8 plus 7, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 7 is 15.
Woo! Boom. Good damage.
30.
I'm gonna hit the same guy again.
Okay.
And it hits a 17 plus 13. 30? Right?
17 plus.
13?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hits.
7, 14,
Jeez.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then plus 7 is 26.
So you've moved, taking your actions. You see the bar again depletes, and it looks like of the original amount, probably 5/7 remain.
Oh, it's a particular figure.
Yeah.
It's almost like I spent a lot of time
Using my
balancing.
guesstimation, we have about 5 years as well.
She's very good at fractions. Now, Waldo's been picked up, so he is not a opportune target for these melee boys. So they are going to go in right for here.
Ballsy.
17. No. Okay. First attack misses. All right. That's 2. Second guy swings. 19, 24,
That's a hit.
and yeah, 23.
Right.
Okay, so the first dude misses both of his attacks. He attempts to hit you with the beard and the glaive, and you're able to easily sidestep his attacks. The second one anticipates your movements and leans in and is able to connect with both his beard and the glaive for a total
And a game.
of 5 points of piercing damage from the beard and 9 points of slashing damage from his glaive.
You dick.
Sorry. Clover.
Oh, that really hurt. I'm going to bonus action Divine Favor and then attack the one that I can see is more injured.
Okay. That would be the one that took the attacks from the large robot.
Daddy ice.
As you swing,
That's exactly what that is.
just the attack you took was enough to throw you off balance, and you try and follow through with the attack, but it throws you off your feet, and you've fallen prone.
Oh, sign help.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
It's the Microsoft voice, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you you haven't moved, would you like to do anything else?
I will use half my movement to stand back up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Huh.
yeah, that's it.
Alright, Murden.
I'll just kind of maybe close half the distance, but behind, kind of like if I can. Yeah, there you go. And then take a shot at the one that's most damaged.
Okay, do it to it.
We're going to do a fireball. Another one. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
That hits.
All right. That's going to be 10 damage.
Alright, it connects. It does appear to hurt him, not as much as you'd think, but yeah, he's well past bloodied at this point.
Okay.
Waldo.
I'm gonna lean over to the robot's ear area, and I'm gonna whisper, "Signbot, trouble behind! Beware!" And then I want to jump off Signbot and land behind the one closer. Yeah.
Everyone does backflips in this party.
And I didn't do a backflip.
Ted thought you did.
Ted
Ted
did.
did. Yeah.
I'm not trying to roll for that shit.
Retcon, sorry.
Okay, and I want to draw my rapier and take a slash at the one that is closer to the robot.
Yeah, do it to it.
Say 17 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 7 piercing damage.
You bring the blade across, and as it scores across the devil's flesh, it doesn't appear to do as much damage as you would expect from it. It's somewhat underwhelming.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
All right, sign.
I want to stomp on the ground really like scary and kind of like shake him up, and then I want to swing my sword at the bloody guy.
All right, roll that attack.
17.
That hits.
And then it'll be
It's gonna be bad.
8 plus 8 plus
Okay.
4. 20.
20.
Plus 7. 27.
27 points of damage.
Math.
Some good max damage rolls.
Yeah, seriously.
Just drives this creature into the ground to the point where when the sword gets dragged back, it's just a smear on the cobblestones. He has been obliterated.
And then I'm gonna use my second attack on that guy.
All right,
It is a 19
that hits.
and 1, 5, 6, and then 1. So 7 plus 7, 14 damage.
Boom. This is also the point where there are now clearly audible footsteps coming from the long hallway behind you, and also the beating of wings. Let's
fine.
go to the one remaining Beardsley fellow who's in this area and still on his feet. He's going to, in just a last-ditch Hail Mary, once again swing twice at Clover, knowing that he is bound to stand his ground. 18 plus 5, 23 hits, and 13 plus 5, 18.
I misses.
Okay, so his beard hits his glaive. You're able to deflect easily, and it is 10 points of piercing damage.
She.
I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'd rather not. 11 plus 2, I believe.
You're fine. There's you felt it before, the toxin that these creatures have in their beard, but you're able to fight it back now. The familiarity is to your advantage. That is the end of his turn. Brings us, Clover, to yours.
I shall return the favor. Hey, 20 to hit.
That hits.
Finish him, Clover.
Hey, 5 damage.
All right.
I cast Divine Favor, so it was 4 radiant damage.
And that appears to be even more effective than you anticipate. And he lets out a guttural shout as he drops into a bloodied condition.
Alright, and then can I pivot around him to kind of put myself a little bit between Waldo and the guy?
Yeah, like just kind of go right through there, so you're standing as a wall.
Yeah, I'm going to try to protect him to the best of my ability.
All right, Murden.
Firebolt again.
Do it to it.
20 to hit.
Yep.
And 2 damage.
You managed to burn off one of his eyebrows.
Take that, you fiend.
All right, Waldo, it is your turn. Top of the order. There are now 3 visible running figures approaching through the hallway at the far end, just off of the map, and 1 figure with wings flapping right above them, probably about 60 feet away or so.
I'm gonna take a feudal slash again with my rapier. Just one on the one that's closest to
Okay,
me.
cool.
And I crit failed.
The rapier swings against his glaive, and the blade itself cracks. Your rapier, the entire end just breaks off.
I know it's a crit and there's nothing left I can do, but I just want to like lift it up and look at it. And then I'll end my turn there.
Yeah, and it honestly, it barely looks salvageable. Like there's a bunch of shards that have broken off with it as well.
This is fine.
Sign. Your bar, the green bar, looks like it's 4 7s right now.
Okay, now I'm gonna go towards the flapping, flying creature right here, as I'll use all my movement.
You won't be able to get to it. It's off the screen. That's how far. Like it's 60 feet away, and your max movement right now is 30 feet. So you could get halfway between here and there.
I'll do that. I want to be
Okay.
kind of in front of everybody there for when it gets there. And yeah, I'll end my turn.
Okay. That takes us to our Beardsley fellow, who, having no other target before him except for Clover, is just continuing the onslaught. First attack with the beard is a 21. With the glaive is a 20.
Both hit.
Womp womp.
Sorry.
See ya.
7 points of piercing damage. And the glaive is 3 points of slashing damage. So that's...
Are you okay?
Sex noises.
Oh,
Do I have yours right now? Are you?
that was all in character.
I'm at
How much?
4.
Okay, I thought I might have missed the prior round. Okay. Clover, it is your turn.
Return.
Return
Yeah,
fire.
you guys just trading blows.
Yeah, this is just brutal.
20 again.
Yep.
The exact same damage as last time. The 5 slashing and 4 radiant.
Slashing appears less effective. Radiant appears very effective.
Shocking.
Yep. Alright, yep, got that. Murden.
I'm going to, fuck.
Who?
Seeing Clover on potentially the edge of getting knocked down, I am going to just, rage is going to course through my body, and I'm going to look to my arm, my forearm, and see that black spot is sort of
The black
lighting
line?
up. Yeah, and it's going to kind of just shake and pulse, and then I'm going to shoot out an Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
That's the gentleman there.
And that's a roll to attack, right?
Yep, it is.
Do it to it.
And that's going to be an 18 to hit.
Yep.
All right. 5 damage.
Yeah, this the group sees as this dark torrent of energy seems to coalesce in Murden's hand, and as he releases it, it fires forward and hits the bearded fellow directly in the chest, and he is staggered backwards by this, just barely holding on to life, but clearly affected by whatever just impacted.
Yeah.
Jesus. Waldo.
I'm going to shout something incomprehensible out this this being. It's a vicious mockery, so you have to pass a wisdom save. But it's going to be a bunch of like phlegm and spit passing. It's a 4. No.
No, he
Okay.
did not make that.
Okay, it's 4 damage. 4 psychic damage. Yo!
My man. that
You
was-
see the eyes just blank, and the body goes stiff, and it just falls catatonic backwards, and is still. And in that moment, you can see the figures on the far end all rushing forward to close with the giant mecha sign.
Mysterious explosions? Wizards using Eldritch Blast? Giant mechs? What is going on in Cruib Brana? Find out on our next episode.